Guys, another day in paradise. I guess we can call this Mulatto Monday. I did have something else planned, but I'm going to push that back to another day. Something came up, an opportunity presented itself, so I'm definitely going to take advantage of this. So we're going to promote the X account, my X account, Mulatto Vanguard over at X. Little promotion today. And some of you guys already kind of follow me over there. My followers, I haven't even hit 100 yet. I have like 98. But the goal, of course, everywhere is to grow. So the message grows, our voices get louder, spread more awareness. That's the goal. But yeah, an opportunity presented itself today. What I'm going to talk about, let me just dive right into it. And shout out to the Golden Pookie for the promotion. I really appreciate that. Shout out to you, little homie. I will definitely take the free promo. So this is my X account, Mulatto Vanguard. Go ahead and follow me over there. And I was gonna make a video. I wasn't quite sure about it. I was gonna make a video of kind of an interaction that happened like less than a week ago over on X with some crazy, like one of these pro dark skin supremacists, right? Pro black female, pro dark skin supremacists who a lot of them, not saying all, but a lot of them have a hatred for mixed people in general, but ultimately mixed women. They look at them as competition. That's why a lot of these mixed women were basically kind of forced to create their own spaces, like with the exotical spaces and other stuff. But I'm going to stay focused on this right here. So I'm going to let you guys see in real time how it started, right? There's two sides to every story. And oftentimes, I have faith in a lot of you, most of you. I think a lot of you guys are more intelligent. You're not as stupid, you know, to go along, or I shouldn't say stupid, but gullible or naive to go along and believe the false narratives that are pushed, especially when you have stupid people pushing false narratives. It's like, you know, good luck getting people to kind of sign on to that. But yeah, so I thought I was going to make a video about this, but the opportunity presented itself. So it's like, hey, this is even better. I can do a kind of impromptu live, you know, giving you guys my opinions on this. Of course, you guys can chime in the chat if you like and provide your commentary and comments. And even if you guys request, you guys want to hop up on the panel, I could drop the link. You guys can jump up here and we can chat about it. So this is a mutual. Here, you tried it. I follow her. She follows me. She's a Dominican lady. And I asked her like a while ago, months ago or whatever, how she found my channel. She said she's been following me for a minute off YouTube, which is great that I have like Dominican support. I thought most of it was over on TikTok because that's where a lot of them are vocal, but a lot of there's a crossover. They follow me on here on YouTube and then even X or IG and stuff. So that's pretty good that I have a lot of Dominican support. So this is one of them. And yeah, so this is the post she made here is black. These are black women. Mixed women aren't black, which is why mixed women look better. These are black women. Now they said they cherry picked. She picked this Haitian, the former White House press secretary here, standing next to a man, you know, Jamie Foxx, who I'm a fan of. I like Jamie Foxx. Not so much of a fan of this Jerome Pierre individual, the former White House press secretary. But I think I can probably zoom it up a bit, the screen, so you guys get a better visual. I think that looks good. Cool. So yeah, she did kind of cherry pick. I do that too. People accuse me of that. And then I put a picture of the lady, the actress, Viola Davis. And someone in the comment made a negative remark. And I was like, well, wait a second. I'm not nothing against Viola Davis. I'm just doing a side-by-side comparison that she represents black females. And the other lady was Natalia Emanuele from the UK. I was like, she represents mulattoes. And that's what I said. It was no disrespect to Viola Davis. I never put any negative comments under that. I was just putting it side by side. That's what a black woman represents. That's what a mulatto represents. I did the same thing with Zendaya and Lupita. I think I did a video on it. I had added some commentary, my thoughts. And I even said, hey, Lupita's attractive. I've always said that. Lupita's a good looking woman. She's a black female. Zendaya is a good looking woman. She's mulatto. Like they're not the same. And that's what my whole goal was with the side by side comparisons. But yeah, in the past, someone they've accused me of basically cherry picking. It's like you guys do the same shit. The opposition, they cherry pick stories to talk about us and images about us, and the white nationalists do this same shit. I point that out, and I'm gonna do another stream about that coming up soon. I was kind of gonna do it tonight, but I think this adds kind of little priority because this is very helpful. It helps me promote the X and most of the like the white nationalist kind of intel where they're talking about mulattoes. A lot of that information I get it over on X because the Nazis, they're very open and public now since Elon Musk acquired X. They're spreading all their information out there. It's like, okay, now we have to observe it, analyze it, and let's provide our commentary on it, right? Because the goal is people want to deny you a voice. They don't want you to have a voice. That's why I have a ton of not I don't have a ton of haters, but the haters go hard in the paint with a dude like me because they know I'm a very prominent voice in these mulatto affairs. That's just what it is. Not gonna toot my own horn, but this is what we see. You guys tune in, you guys listen. I got a lot of you that love me, rock with me, supporters. And then I have some who are haters. That's just inevitable. Doesn't matter. So let's get into the meat and the matter. This is the initial post. This is the first post, as you can see. Lady here, Dominican Mutual. And yeah, she cherry picked. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, they cherry pick with us too. Now she reposted or retweeted this image, and it's of a black guy, like an anime account, anime avatar, or whatever it is. But he put black women's are so beautiful. Guys, this is not the image of a black female. That is a quintessential mulatto aesthetic. I believe this lady here and on the screen, she's mulatto. I believe one of her parents is like Hispanic or Latina, but like primarily of European, like Spanish descent, right? Kind of that mestizo category. So things can kind of get interesting there because they will, if someone who identifies as Hispanic or Latino and whatnot, right? But if they do a DNA test and they come to find out that they're like 80+% Spanish and like 3% indigenous, and then like 3%, Arab, right? You do the math, but overwhelmingly they're majority European, Spanish. And then they have their partner is a black person. So yeah, the child, they're mulatto with some admixture. Does that make sense, guys? I mean, some people try to make it super complicated, but this is basically what I see. But regardless, her aesthetic, she, presents as any basic Afro-Saxon or person that I see. So yeah, that's it. She has the mixed aesthetic. If I want to use a more broad, ambiguous, colloquial term, the mixed aesthetic. She has that, right? So it's not black. You look at her, she looks more of something else than, yeah, of course, because she's mixed. She's not black. But they want to use her to represent blackness. And that's very male-centered, male-driven, if I can say that. Because the black females don't do that. And you're going to find it out with this crazy lunatic black racist, right? And of course, they'll say that I'm anti-black and I'm the racist, which is okay. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But there's also another part of the story that they conveniently leave out. They leave out the other person's racism. See, when you match their energy, they have a problem with you mulatto men having a voice. They want to dictate the tone and the language and verbiage that's used. They want to call you all type of slurs. But when you match their energy, they go buck wild. And they're not effective. I don't give a damn. They're not my people. They're not in my group. I don't speak for them or represent them. This is where we're at right now. I've been doing this for the past 3 years. And I'm perfectly cool with that. I'm growing my following, my community. It's global. I'm globally connecting with mulattoes and multiracial people around the world. So I'm good where I'm at. So these people, they don't have a say in our affairs, in our spaces. I'm gatekeeping what I'm doing over here. The issue that we have is we have lost stray dogs. We have mulattoes who don't have a home, who've been brainwashed by Afrocentrism, and they're black identified, and they are used and weaponized against the collective of mulattoes. That's more of an issue because they're like, oh, they look like us, they present like us, and so they can fool people, and then they can be weaponized and used as like as basically a saboteur to attack the mulattoes who actually want to establish a community, identity formation, have something that's independent, self-sustaining. A lot of these Afrocentrics, they'll weaponize certain naive mulattoes to be against us, the collective. So that's what we're going to get at here. Clearly a mixed woman, not black, and that's what this lady picked. This lady said, Dominican lady. And of course, this is what happens right here. You see this page here, Haraniwa, whatever cartoon character page or avatar. She puts, "Why are you cherry picking?" Yeah, yeah, she cherry picked, but and someone accused me of doing that. But like I said again, I'm going to repeat it. They cherry pick with us too. Okay. So when you match that energy, you play the same tactic they play. They call foul. They don't like it. When you have the microphone, you have a voice, and you can, you can speak. They don't like that. They want you marginalized. Okay, these type of people who have a problem with us having a voice. And she put, these old ass photos you have saved in your phone. I agree, mixed women are not black, but they don't look better. Sorry. I dare you to say these women are Eurocentric or mixed. No, none of these women are mixed or Eurocentric. And I chimed in. I put right here, mixed women look better. It's a personal opinion. Like, she took offense to that, right? You're going to find out. We're going to see how the tone changes real quick. I'm a mutual with the lady who shared this right here, the Dominican. We've been mutuals since I opened my X account, and other mulattoes and just Dominican allyship right there. So yeah, so I follow that account, and it's like, and then this woman chimes in. She says that they don't look better, and I'm a mixed man, and I'm like, no, mixed women look better. They're the preference. I'm not saying I don't like black women. I don't like white women. I don't like Asian women. I'm just saying I'm mixed. I'm mulatto. I have a preference. I prefer mixed women. To me, they look the best. Like when black people say that, it's perfectly okay when they prefer their own. Like this lady here, she's saying blacks or black women look the best or whatever, and that's okay. But I'm like, I disagree. That's my tone right here. Mixed women look better. Nothing negative, no curse words. Look how it switches with the quickness. I posted this. Look at this. Well, I don't know what I was doing at 3 a.m. in the morning. You know? Oh, jumping on X. I guess I'm kind of showing my hand. I was having a hard time falling asleep, so I turned on X. Was like, let me see what's cracking, right? But I just put mixed women look better, period. April 16th. Look at the tone. Mulatto Vanguard, bitch, please, ugly cunts. You guys see the tone right off the bat. How aggressive she came at me. Was that called for? Was that out of bounds? Calling me a B and saying ugly cunts. You guys see the tone? I never said anything negative about black women. I just simply put mixed women look better. That's it. And then publicly, she's like, oh, Mulatto Vanguard, bitch, please, ugly cunts. I was like, you are a dark skinned Bantu bitch. I called her bitch because look at who did it first. You need to be mature, Mulatto Vanguard. Okay, I am mature, but I match people's energy and they have an issue with that. They want you guys to be subordinates where other people can have privileges above you. And the same rules don't apply to them that applies to you as far as decency. They can be indecent and savage, and that's acceptable. You're supposed to sit there and accept a shitty deal. And they hold you to these high standards that they themselves don't fulfill or even require of themselves. That's what I'm pointing out with this, how it started here. So yeah, I called her dark skin, right? Bantu, yeah, with the divester fetish. And the only ugly cunts is you, Keisha. I didn't say y'all or you people. I said you, her, because she's using avatars, not showing herself, whatever. And the reason why I put the divester situation, I'll go back into that later. I just want to finish this thread. Because as soon as she put that comment, I saw, why is this person calling me a bitch and an ugly cunt? Like, and just the tonality, how the tone shifted quickly. I just simply put mixed women look better. And she disagreed, but she started cursing at me. And I went to her, I clicked on her page and I saw where she shared a picture of like a biracial guy with a white dad and a black mom. And she put something about like, oh, well, we can create biracials we can create biracials with white men or something. That's why I put the divester, because a lot of them, they feel that they push this like racist sentiment that, well, if you have a black mom, you'll be more connected and you'll be more balanced in black society. It's like, okay, that's cool. If you guys want are black identified, want to be black, that's cool. But for me, what I'm doing, that's not what we're doing over here. We want our own autonomy, our own spaces. But I saw that on her profile. So it's like, oh, so she shared images of biracial people, but the caveat was that it was biracial that had a black mom. So that's why I put right here divester fetish, because I'm like, it doesn't matter if the mom is black or the mom is white, it's still going to be a biracial, regardless how they identify. That's on them. So I want to point that out. This is the tone switch, because I match the energy, and that's with everybody, male and female. I don't try to often get into this. Most people, I can say, I just block them, move on, whatever. But some people, it's kind of like, okay, I got the time. I got the time for this. This is slightly entertaining. And plus, I can make content out of this. And with this individual, like, I already knew I was, I'll make a video out of this. Not at this point. When she started referring to it, when she started throwing the racial slurs, then I was like, okay, I can make content off of this, right? So I don't know. Is dark skin Bantu? Is that a racial slur? Dark skin, right? You're a colorist. Okay. Yeah. But see, when their color is towards you, and that's the issue, like with the overlap, because you guys accept it. You guys accept this like hazing in this like anti light skin talk. I'm not from the black community. I've never accepted that shit. And it's unfortunate a lot of you guys, you play by their rules that they set and you complain about it. But it's like, and you call them your brother and sister and they talk shit about you being light skinned. I'm sitting there like, why do you guys entertain this? I don't get to me, I'm not from your guys' group. So I've never accepted that. He puts divestors are mentally ill and jealous, and any insult from them is pure cope. Says your entire page is mental illness. Keep hanging on to your admixture. You are still ugly. That's why you made this page as cope. Insulting actual black women doesn't fix that face. She put, you mad, ma? LOL. My face card is solid. I don't need reconstructive surgery like you people going in droves to Turkey to have your whole face, then claim blueprint. Okay. I don't know what they're talking about there. But I want to go to the part, yeah, move on. She deleted some of her tweets too. So that's kind of thing where it's like, she deleted some tweets that were in reference to me. It's just coward move, typical. I don't know if I'd even screenshot it. I didn't think she'd be coward enough to delete them, but and she blocked me too. Another coward move. I was like, you're the energy, the tone you took was so like aggressive. And I didn't even block this individual. She just blocked me. I'm like, whatever, man. This is for me, this is just content. Because they feel like they can spread their propaganda about us. Like I said, I clicked on her page, and like the first thing she had up there was a picture of a biracial guy, but the caveat was he had a black mom. And like that's what they push. And then they try to like weaponize those people against the rest of us that we're supposed to serve them. Like we're not black female centered around here in my space. We're not black male centered. We're not black people centered in my space or the spaces that I associate with. Once I find out they are, I get the hell out of there. My whole focus is mulattoed centered discussions, period. Nothing to do with the white mama or a black mama, mulatto centered discussions. So yeah, you can keep crying. I am happy I triggered you and ugly CUNTS, right? I don't like that word. I don't even call it, but she's a European. She's over in Europe, probably the UK. I don't know. That's why that word's flying out her mouth. She's calling other women that. Where it's more favorable in the UK to them, it's like more normalized, but here in America, it's like a really bad word, right? And that's why for me, I don't even use that word unless I really don't like you. Like the ghetto grandma, I'll call her a cunt any day because I really don't like that scumbag. But basically every other woman, I don't even care. I won't even call you that. I don't care. But there's like one or maybe two individuals that it's like, if I really don't like you, then I'm gonna call you that. The C word is what they call it, right? She puts, I am not a divester. I am happy. I have no European blood in my body. And you are mad that you are still with it. Yes, I am dark skinned. You see it, chocolate. Keep being ugly and hanging on to your color. Beige cow. Yeah. What did I put? I put, you black cows are funny. Merely entertainment for us. Precisely. That's why I'm up here talking. This is entertainment, educational as well, for sure. Therapeutic for some, I can say. But for me, it's like, man, I'm gonna catch some Z's in a bit and wake up and go to the gym and just rinse, cycle, repeat. Another day. It must suck living in Europe without any European blood. Cope, yeah, because she's in Europe. She lives in Europe, but she doesn't have any European blood, and she's talking all this pro dark skin shit. Why isn't she in Africa, where you're surrounded by dark skinned people? That's the pathology of them, is they try to force everybody else to accept them. And then like they're in a minority of the group. Why can't you make shit poppin with their own people? I was in Ghana, beautiful black people, all dark skin. And I love to see them in harmony, working together, like construction. I helped them. I was at an orphanage. I helped them like move bricks around. They were building like an extension to the building. You have that type of, what do you say, collaborative effort with the restaurants and all the businesses they have and infrastructure, and they're all working together. She can't go over there and help them with that. She's got to be in Europe, you know, in a majority white country, jumping on the white man's app, Elon Musk, talking shit about people who aren't dark skinned. Like, you guys aren't the majority. But they've been coddled for so long, for the past few decades. Like, they're very bold now. And that's why for me, I jump in as a mulatto. Like, hey, they're putting a target on our back because they're signaling to these other groups that we don't have representation or protection amongst them, that we're an easy target. And that's why I go hard in the paint. I've been telling people, like, look, we're going to catch a lot of hell from these other groups as well, because of these people and the language they're using towards us, the hostility they express towards us, the jealousy, like with this whole Drake and Kendrick. That's the macrocosm. But like, you see this little minimal, minute kind of little Twitter thread discussion, whatever. This is like, the microcosm. And then she puts here, and what the fuck is Bantu? Stop throwing around insults you heard on honky Twitter. I never heard Bantu from honky Twitter. Bantu is a reference I've heard from other black people who are making the distinction between you guys, and how the Bantu aesthetic, the West African aesthetic, is brought as the premier representation in Blackistan or the Communita. You have other Afro African groups who don't get that representation, like people in Somalia, people in Ethiopia. These other type of like African centered groups or ethnic groups, whatnot, they're not referenced as being like the most masculine. When they think of the masculinity, and like they think of the Bantu, they think of like these hip hop rappers and the West African, this type of stuff. So I heard the whole Bantu stuff from black people. Wasn't honky Twitter, right? So delusional there. You are still light and ugly. And Keisha, I called her Keisha, says, please come up with something original. Jaden, Jayla. I don't know if I'm talking to a man or woman. Probably a man. Yeah. She's like, she said, don't call me Bantu. And I said, well, does Niger Congo sound better? And I said, Shaniqua. I'm not going to call you Keisha. I'll call you Shaniqua. Is that okay? Is that better? What do you prefer? Okay. I mean, she started out calling me a bitch, an ugly cunt. So I'm like, if we're gonna go down this road, let's just match the energy. I don't see the issue. What's the problem? This is real life. But they've been so coddled and protected, and they want to make everything pro dark skin. And like, you can't, if you have a difference of opinion, you're anti-black. You're what they call that, misogyn noir. They're saying you're misogyn noir, you're anti-black woman. They'll say you're anti-black, you're a colorist, or all this stuff. I'm like, no, you just got checked. Your energy just got matched. That's life. You're an adult. Okay. You were out here, you were adulting, and you ran into basically a brick wall. That's it. That's all it is. But don't cry victim. Even though like the golden pookie is trying to cry victim now. It's fucking pathetic. He's been clout chasing, slandering my name for like a couple years, and he hasn't even grown. He's his clout chasing has gone wrong. I mean, the worst clout chaser on YouTube, Golden Pookie, has been making videos and content for a decade longer than me. It's pretty pathetic. But he's the same. He's another guy talking shit, slandering my name, false allegations, joining in on smear campaigns. But now he's like the victim. Pathetic. But this is what these people do, man. They're like that victim complex, the proud victim, and they all have something in common. They from the hood. They got the hood swag. They from the hood. It's all the same. But they run out here when they get checked. That energy gets matched. Then they cry victim. So yeah, does Niger Congo sound better? You're still dark and ugly. Yeah, she called us ugly cunts. She called us a beige cow. I'm matching the energy. This is why you share pictures of everyone else but yourself. Yeah, because she shares all these pictures of pretty black women. You look on her like these are all pretty black women. I never said I don't like black women. I said mixed women look better. That's my personal opinion and preference. And people will say, well, beauty's subjective. Yeah, I have an opinion. I think mixed women, mulatto women are the best looking. Never said I don't like black women. I like every group of women. I'm a straight man. So, you know, and that's the thing I pointed out here where I was like, I was calling her ugly. I was making it personal because, yeah, she called me ugly. Okay, whatever. My face, I'm public and everyone talks shit. I love it, man, because nobody can critique my philosophies and my arguments. It's always ad hominems, right? You're short, you're fat, you're bald, and all this stuff. Like, but they they can never argue. My philosophies and arguments are solid. That's what resonates with you guys. That's why you guys tune in. You guys support the endeavor. You support the community. This is why you guys tune in. It's not because of how I look. I'm nobody special. I tell people all the time. But this person's calling people ugly right off the bat. Where's it right here? I said mixed women look better. She called me a bitch. Be pleased. And she said ugly cunts. She calling us ugly. I never said these women are ugly. I just even said they're all good looking women. But that's not her. This person in this account. No, she's using a fucking cartoon character, anime character. She's probably some fat, dark skinned, beast. And she's trying to use these pretty women to represent. Like, no, fuck out of here. And then I put, well, you're putting pictures of pretty women here and said they're not pictures of you. And she puts right here, why would I dox myself, idiot? She's laughing emoji, right? No one asked you to share your images or whatever. The whole point is you're misrepresenting yourself. It's that ambiguity, if that's the correct phrasing, right? They're hiding behind sock puppets, which is very common with them. Where the lipstick, yeah, lipstick alley and all this, like the pro black gay, female centered shit, right? They all have like sock puppet accounts, fake accounts, and they're all the doxers. And over in that spot, they're all the main doxers. But they all hide under these fake accounts, sock puppet accounts, and it's like, and this person is part of that. You're pro black female centered. She's probably gay or lesbian, whatever, just based off the similarities and patterns that I see on the interwebs. And she says, if you see my picture, you might start convulsing because I am too pretty, dark and pure. Yeah, I like dark skinned women for sure. But she's saying dark and pure, I'll start convulsing. You're too pretty. Okay, well, if you're so pretty, like your behavior right here doesn't appear to be what a pretty lady would do. Like just right off the bat, because I put that I like mixed women, that I think mixed women look better, she took offense to that. Like her ego was hurt. She's like, Mulatto Vanguard, bitch, please. Ugly, right? All she had to do was just say, oh, that's your opinion. I would just left it at that. I would have probably liked her tweet if she said that's just your opinion. But she called us ugly. So that to me shows a level of insecurity. And I'm a dude. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, all the ad hominems about being ugly or bald and short and all this shit. It's like none of you people say that to my face. None of you do. None of you do. None of you. So I'm a dude. My job is not to be pretty out here, but I'm not like, no, you're sharing images of other women who are not you. And you say that, you're too pretty. That's your opinion. Like I said, Nobody can verify that. She's probably some fat, dark-skinned chick. Like, and this Dominican lady shares a picture like this right here. Yeah, this is probably she's probably looks more closely like that. Trying to say she's too pretty. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you sure act like it, because even if you're very attractive, once people start to kind of see how you now like your behavior, for some of us out here, decent people with character and integrity, like your behavior is part and parcel with your aesthetic and your phenotype. If we see you acting ugly, for me, that's how it is with every race, every group of female. Once I see that nastiness and that spitefulness and I'm like, I don't want to deal with that person. Yeah, she looks good, but she goes down several points because of that behavior and that childish behavior and nastiness and spitefulness. I'm like, that's a gross female. Like, I don't want to deal with that. Let some other guy deal with that toxicity. I don't want it. So it's not all looks. It's a big component for men. Yeah, the looks, whatever. But the behavior, yeah. So I'm looking at this is all cap. Nobody knows what the hell you look like. You're lying your teeth off. A lot of you people, that's what you do. She puts here, you are a dirty, mixed inbred. I'm not inbred. Nice try. Impure. As if that's a bad, you're not pure. See, that's the purity. They sound just like the white supremacist, right? But it's in reverse. It's a dark skinned supremacist. She calls herself dark and pure. It's like, and then she says, I'm impure. Yeah, I'm not pure blooded Anglo Saxon, not pure Bantu. Yeah, I would never want to be. I am the blend, the fusion. And I found peace with that. A lot of you guys have as well. And if you have, hit the like button. Hit the like button for your boy. I see a lot of you guys watching, ninja watchers, some of my hate watchers, whatever. Hit the like button. Okay. The likes are free. Go follow me over on X and hit the like button over here. Right. And she puts nowhere to go. Look at that. Nowhere to go. Impure, nowhere to go. We have our own spot. We have our own space. The biggest issue now, well, it's always, I think it's been that way since I started, is you have these kind of saboteurs who are mixed, but they're rejected by the greater collective of mixed people. So they act as saboteurs. And they have black, sock puppet accounts that feed them information to, oh, look at that, what this mixed guy is saying. Go attack him. Right. He's anti-black. So they use their mulatto stooges to basically do their bidding for them. That's the main thing. Like, we have our own spaces. We have somewhere to go. I'm doing my part, creating a space. It's not for everybody. I've never said it was. It's not a one size fits all. And I'm not going to apologize and say I'm sorry if you don't feel like you belong. You're just going to make the cut. This is not for you. There's other spots you can go to or create your own spot. But for the people who are over here who like what I'm doing, just so you know, yeah, this is your spot. You belong here. I created this for you. I'm not special. I am just an extension of the greater collective, the community. I have a voice, and I'm utilizing that voice to help inspire you, to motivate you guys to wake up and be your own advocate. And don't accept a shitty deal. Don't let people try to push you down and make you think you're not worthy. Like, where they put here nowhere to go. That's precisely why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I've heard this rhetoric for several years. When I was over in black spaces, I remember they'd push that rhetoric. They try to outgroup a biracial person, but like, you have nowhere to go, nowhere to belong to. The whites don't like you. The blacks over here, we don't like you. So you don't, they try to like marginalize you. Very racist. And they act just like their white supremacist masters. That's the key thing I point out to people. The language is very similar, where this person is talking about purity, that she's pure and that we're impure and we're nowhere to go. We have somewhere to go. If you don't feel like you belong anywhere, Mulatto Vanguard channel, my social media network, connect with me. And I can, reference you to people. Check out their spot, check out their social media. You might like their message and delivery better than mine. I know I don't have the best polished delivery. I ruffle some feathers sometimes. I use some choice language. Yeah. Especially when someone uses it with me, then, well, shit, I'm going to match that energy. And she puts here, so you terrorize black people and try to insult us into praising you. Fuck out of here, mutt. You see, that's where the racial slur began, right? That's the language they're using. And then we're supposed to just accept that. When all it started was I just simply said, mixed women look better. I prefer mixed women. and she called me a B and a cunt. And this is where, see, they're in the wrong. They know they're in the wrong, and that's why she blocked me. I never blocked her. I don't care. You're nobody. You serve the Anglos. You're nobody. We're not concerned with you, Shaniqua. Or what did I say? I called her a she-boon. Yeah, the she-boon was fucking crashing out, calling us mutts in every post, every like reply. Me and this Dominican lady. Yeah, you're damn right. This she-boon was crashing out. See, they don't like it when you match the energy. When you create a space, you network, strategize. They don't like that, right? And no, and she puts here terrorizing, and the way she spelled it, even some of her spelling earlier before, I knew she's in Europe, like her, or she's just British English, wherever the hell she's at. I don't really care, regardless. She's pushing this whole purity thing, and it's not looking good for her. And she can go over on Lipstick Alley and talk shit. I don't give a damn. You're not my people over there. Okay, Lipstick Alley, it's a bunch of gay black dudes with their black female following. They're not my people. This isn't their spot, right? But what they will do is they'll weaponize and put a battery in the back of these kind of, mulatto dissidents who are basically rejects in mulatto spaces. Like in particular, there's a guy, the Golden Pookie, who's been a notorious clout chaser for a minute. And he's been very ineffective with it. Nevertheless, he's like one of their greatest tools, right? And it's like, man, the most likes he's gonna get, the most views he's gonna get is talking about me. I don't have to talk about that guy. I don't get any views. I mean, I don't get the best views talking about him. It's just slightly entertaining to clown his ass because he deserves it. Because he's a punk. He's weak. He can't box for shit. You know, a waste of a light skinned bitch. Like he brags about being 6 feet tall. He's like 5'10, 5'11, but he's not getting any pussy. Like you're a waste. How is it that you got guys out here that are like supposedly like balling and shit? I'm 6 feet tall with empty pockets, no money, broke, right? Got a rusty ass car, barely got a car, but you're not getting any pussy, bro. Like that's not flex. Like, you don't work well with people. It's just not a flex. So, and she put here, white liberals gassed your head up featuring your look as beauty influence, but they are trolling you and the public, not aspirational. Didn't people compare Juliet to Don Tolliver? Is this the lady is supposed to be in Juliet, the movie Romeo and Juliet? I don't know. Remember, there's like a black lady with Tom Holland. The black lady's playing Juliet, and the public they weren't having it. White America, I'd say white America specifically, or Anglosphere, so the whites and Anglos in like the UK and Europe, they weren't having it when they saw Tom Holland. You know, Spider Man was gonna his co-star was this unattractive dark skinned black female. She's very unattractive. I don't know what her name is, but I see the pictures. You guys see it. She's not attractive. In the Anglosphere, they were clowning the hell out of her, as they should. That's on them. I'm not going to tell them what they can and can't say, unless it's terrorism against mulattoes, and I will observe it, and I will notify you guys to be aware, like I did the other week when they're talking shit about mulatto children. I'm going to make sure you guys are aware of what they're saying. But if they just make clown some person that they didn't like, they don't know. They don't look at you guys as a standard of beauty. And that's why they're really upset. That's why they push that colorism and racism, because you're not preferred by them. And I put right here, they have to cope with the reality that nobody prefers them. Literally everyone is preferred over them. It's a fact. And they call that featureism, they call that colorism, they call that texturism, but it's just cope. It's cope. They need to prefer themselves. That's what it is. They need to build their nations up. They need to build their communities up. Instead, they want to fuse and mix in with these other communities and beg them and try to bully them to like accepting them. That's why you have like the passport bro shit where they're going to Latinos, trying to get Latinos to like accept them. And then that's the males. And then you have the females, these divestors. And these are the ones who push this colorism shit. Pro dark skinned female. But this individual is not going to do pro dark skinned male. This person here. Now I go to her account, but I'm blocked. Yeah, I'm blocked. Yeah. So like I said, coward. I never blocked her, but she blocked me talking all this shit. And she pinned this one, my standard of beauty. Yeah. And these women are all attractive, but we don't know what the hell you look like. You're probably, whatever. Um, yeah, that was it. Unless there's, but see, it's all female centered, which to me, that's kind of a trigger where it's like, well, she's probably lesbian. That's usually, we saw that with Enlightened Beauties. That was a dead giveaway. You go to her page, she's sharing Asian women and Latina women. She's like, Asian women are the most feminine. But I'm like, wait, aren't you a black female? Like, who does that? At least with this person here, she's a racist and she's, but at least she puts the image of black women as the standard, which, see, I respect that. She has pinned for her standard of beauty. Yeah, that's respect. Like that's respectable. Versus you have Enlightened Beauties who's trying to, she's another lesbian trying to put Asian women above black women. Like that is so self-hating and despicable, but I don't really expect much. And these type of people, man, they talk a lot of shit on mixed women. This person here. So yeah, it's all, she has a bunch of females on her page and none of them are her, just images she found online and post them, whatever. It's yeah, because that's kind of a giveaway that there's like same sex attraction, right? That she's attracted to. Which, hey, that's her business, whatever, that's fine, but then you look at the way, like, the energy they have towards men, then you see the kinda heterophobia and misandry that they blast out. I know she's replying to something here, what is that? Two baby mothers came together to beat up their baby daddy's new girlfriend. She pressed charges and got their child taken away. She puts here, and it's not lost on me, a BM black man made the post. The same Negro who said he wanted white women to call him the N word. But why is this the fabrication? Why is this a story you come up with for engagement? Baby mothers beats up the new girlfriend, go to jail, and the kid's taken away. Yeah. Let me move on from this. Just want to kind of see. This is what we're looking at with her profile. Which, like I said, and I already checked her profile. I don't know the image with the biracial guy. I saw she either retweeted it or was it a reply or a post? Because when this happened a week ago, and look at what she shares. You lot's obsession with Love Island, swirl ones needs to be studied, right? So it's with black females with non-black men, right? We can like whatever couples we want, who are whatever. They are literally the only two black couples. Yeah, because when I first went to her page, that's the vibe I saw. I got, yeah, pro black female, and she had a picture of this biracial dude. I think she might have deleted the post, if I'm not mistaken, because she did delete some of her tweets when once she found out that I saw her. What it is, she probably blocked me because she probably realized, yeah, on Twitter I don't have shit. I'm like 100, not even 100 followers, unless you guys are following me right now, which is kind of the goal of the stream. Go follow me on X. You'll get some of my more political takes. I am not pro Trump and I am not pro MAGA. So that's kind of what you'll see. You'll see some other stuff too. You'll see some Drake, Kendrick stuff mainly in MAGA political shit, or against MAGA, I should say. Yeah, so go follow me over there on Twitter or X. And that's kind of, like I said, I did this to promote that over there. So what I'm saying is I'm nobody on all of these platforms. I'm just a dude with a microphone, that wants to reach out to other mulattoes, and I've been successful because now it's even global. I have global reach where I have colored people in South Africa tuning in, mulattoes in the UK, mulattoes, pardos in Brazil, Dominican Republic. So it's global on every continent, right? Africa, Europe. I don't know about Asia yet, but North America, South America. So it's a beautiful thing that people are connecting with the message. And so, yeah, on X, I only got like 100 followers, but she probably, because I have on my pinned on my X account, all my other handles for my other social media, she probably realized, oh shit, he's got like 3,000 plus on, YouTube. And she probably saw he uploaded a video yesterday. She probably realized I'm gonna upload a video on yo ass, you know, whatever. You guys want to go follow her, have fun. I don't care. To me, it's the point where it's like when you match their energy, they can't take it. They can dish it out, but can't take it. and they want to point the finger and call you, you're anti-black, you're anti-black woman. Well, why don't we point the finger back at them and say they're anti-mulatto? They're anti-mulatto men. How many men are going to do that? How many men are going to step forward and do that when you analyze this stuff? See, I'm the one taking all the hits because I'm kind of the only one that's really calling it out. I mean, there's several of you guys are. Yeah, for sure. That's not lost on me. Some of you guys are, and I like that. I appreciate that, guys. But yeah, she probably saw that I'm more active on YouTube or my TikTok, whatever. And then she blocked me. She realized, oh shit, this guy makes content, so he could probably, you know. So she deleted some tweets. I noticed that when I went back to her page. So look what she shares here. Tomorrow to Infinity puts, why does it bother people when white women is with a black man? It seems like that's the only pairing that gets hate. What's the reason? And she chimes in, of course she does, because white women and black men never buck up to the actual people who hate their relationships. Most of the people in those comments are white men. Address them. It's not people, they're white men. I see black men addressing in the white nationalist spaces on X. You have those are the only guys who are gonna like stand up or advocate. If the group is talking shit about mulatto children and mulatto people, mainly the children, it's black men who jump in there defending them. That's what it is. You have some black women who will jump in there and defend if they got mixed kids or whatnot. But that's the thing with a lot of the black men, they got mixed kids or something. Yeah, they jump in and defend. I see them. Nobody else is doing that. So she's inaccurate in her observation, saying that black men never buck up. No, they do. And white women do too. I shared the video you saw where the white woman confronted these white nationalists, white supremacists in public. Now, the main mistake that white woman did was bring her mulatto daughter to that kind of quote unquote demonstration. That was a mistake. I didn't like that. Okay. But no, this person right here is just painting this narrative that, oh, the black men, they're not bucking up to the actual people. I beg to differ. I see them in some of these spaces and comments because they realize a lot of these white nationalists, they're just mad they're not getting pussy and they're hating. That's all it is. Addressing them is not people, they're white men. Take your questions to them. Even the black men in the comments are talking about black women instead of attacking white men. She puts, are you scared? She got 7 likes, some other gay, black, lesbian, divestors, whatever. No comments though, huh? And then someone puts here's a couple days ago, April 19th. Black women's PR is so cooked. Do you know how unhappy a man has to be to break up with you? If you still date black women 2025, I legitimately consider you mentally ill. So it's a black man who's talking shit about black females. And she puts here, effing loser. Find something masculine to do, acting like a little bee. Black men are the only men who are on the internet caring about PR instead of building up their communities and societies. Oh, wait, you have none. She's stupid Negro. See, that's their whole gender war. But they want to bring that to us. They want to infect us with their toxic gender war. They don't even like each other. I'm not saying all of them. There's a lot that do. Shout out to them. I like them. They're family people. They're good people. I'll do business with them. I'm cool with them. No issue. I'll go to their community and support their business. I'll go to their country. It's a majority black country. I'll do business with them. No issue if they're good people. But when you look online, you look at these spaces, the ones who talk the most shit about mulattoes and they're airing out their dirty laundry. And the guy puts here, we have communities and societies that we built just without you, right? It's a king of Mabanga Zulu guy. I don't know where he's at. Yeah, there you go to Africa, you have African communities, but a lot of times people they want to run to these white nations and then talk about community and stuff. Well, aren't you guys just trying to assimilate with them? What the hell? He puts, as a white man, I feel offended at you saying Negro like this. Let my brothers breathe. Damn, they got to deal with loud house negrettes and white man constantly scrutinizing their actions. You being on tip to as their women is just effing sad, really. Whole lot of you are dumb. Sovereign dim, but who knows? It's whatever. Yeah, I don't want to bore you with all that stuff. I just kind of wanted to let you guys see what her page is all about. Pretty pictures of pretty women, but not you though, boo. Ain't that sad? You look at me and my social media endeavor, my face is all over like my brand, the label. I'm not scared. I'm not hiding. This is me. Now, I'll say on X, I'm a little bit more um unfiltered, right? No chaser, kind of, that's on X, and that's kind of the platform. The energy typically is a little more, I guess you could say, toxic like that. So, because you get into the political stuff and all that. But with me, like, yeah, my image, my face is like part of my brand. But I'm one guy. The whole thing is to establish, build a community, just doing my part. That's it. But with her, can't say the same with her. Doesn't want to show her face, but she wants to share all these other women, pretty black women who you're not one of them, right? You just want to pretty pictures of pretty women. Okay, that's cool. But just the energy, like that's what throws me off is how, let me go back, guys, to where it started. Let me go back. This Dominican lady posts pictures because in reply where they're saying, no, this mixed woman here is not black. Black men are gonna call her mixed, right? We know the game already, but or excuse me, black men are gonna call her black. Pause. But we know the game already. She's not black, she's mixed. And the Dominican woman pointed that out. And then this person chimed in saying, no, she's like, I agree, that lady's not black, she's mixed, but she puts they don't look better. She's like, she says, mixed women not black, but they don't look better. And I put my opinion. That's it. Mixed women look better. I'm a guy. And then she called me a B and ugly. See, that's the energy. Like if you were so feminine and pretty, like I feel like you wouldn't be offended by that. You would just look at me and be like, huh, you would laugh, like whatever. He's like, you're entitled to your opinion. She just keep it pushing. It wouldn't bother her. But she was bothered to start insulting me, calling me a B and a cunt. And I'm just like, oh, so there's insecurity you got there. So I was like, oh, that's you're too easy now. Now I can kind of poke a little bit. I was bored, whatever, 2 in the morning. I don't know when I jumped on this thread. But once the language she used, the aggressive tone and language, I was like, oh, you're too easy now. There's something, you're insecure here. And I was like, okay, dark skin Bantu, right? Yeah. That's pretty much it. I wanted to hop up here and promote the X account. Go follow me on X, guys. Go follow me over on X. Let me check out some of your guys' comments. Let me drop the link. If you guys want to hop up here, I'll be up here for a little minute. If you guys want to talk about anything I just discussed or bring up something, but I got to prepare for the next day also. So I'm not going to be up here all night, but that was it. Little promotion of my X and just matching the energy. Matching energy. And there's always two sides to the story, right? And people don't think you're justified. People think it's okay, it's appropriate for them to call you slurs, to call you out your name. But when you do it to them, the biggest issue, like I said, is that you're going to have certain mulatto dissidents who are excluded from the group, but they'll be weaponized by Afrocentrics to attack notable mulattoes who actually care about a community. That's what you have to watch out for. And it's too easy for these saboteurs to do this right now because we're in the kind of infantile stage of development. It's too easy for them to come up in here and spread disinformation and false allegations and slander to try to dissuade people from supporting certain content creators. It's too easy for them to do that at this moment. Our goal is to make it to where that noise basically dissipates, where they're in their own little hate echo chambers where there's no relevancy. People just ignore them. That's the goal moving forward. Just ignore the noise. There's no truth, there's no relevancy to it, and they're not like a part of what we're doing. So why their opinion doesn't matter, you know? I give people a voice over here. I got the link dropped if you guys want to hop on for a minute or whatever. You want to challenge what I'm saying, this is your opportunity. Or you can just, cry about it on your own little tiny channel. That's what some of you people do. But since I have been sandbagging on X, is that what they call it? Sandbagging. The ones that always talk about biracial children the most is always these ugly white nationalists. Yeah, the ones who talk the most about biracial children are the white nationalists, the males, right? Talk a lot of shit. And I'm going to get into that as you just mentioned. See, I was kind of thinking about doing it yesterday or today, but I have another stream I have planned out to promote my newsletter that I'm launching over on Substack, but I do have a bunch of stuff based over on X with the white nationalists. Some of their pages, they're talking a lot of shit about mulattoes, as they do. They talk a lot of shit, and so it's our job to report on that. So stay tuned, guys. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell because I'm going to be going live a few more times this week to share some stuff with you guys. I just wanted to hop up here because the opportunity presented itself. It's like, damn, this is too easy. But American mulattoes look different from Iberian, Spanish, Portuguese mulattoes. Bantu genetics are very weak. That's why it's so easy to tell the difference. Yeah. I think you messaged me as well. You brought that to my attention about Iberian, Portuguese, Spanish mulattoes have a different, yeah. We can definitely go into that and talk about that with some comparisons in the future because I'd like to get more of your take on that. They love throwing stones and hiding their hands. Yeah. Yeah, they love calling you slurs and calling, racist and all this stuff. Yeah, and they're racist, but they'll call you racist. And then yeah, then they want to like turn around and play victim. They want to hide their hands. They want to throw stones and like hide their hands. That's what you see, right? That's what I see. I know you guys see it too, for sure. There's no doubt about it. It's very common, kind of pathetic, childish actions from some of these characters. You said I was raised by a black woman. That does not improve your relationship with blacks. Interesting. And you're not the only one who said that. I have a lot of supporters who were raised by black women who say the same thing. Like they're not more accepting of you, but that's a common trope that's pushed that somehow you're quote unquote blacker or you know the culture better. Like it's unfortunate that the hood culture, the hood booger culture is taken over like black American society to where people equate your blackness based on how ghetto or dumb you act. It's very sad. I didn't make the rules, but that's what we see. Where like I look at it in the past throughout history, there was more sophisticated, kind of intelligent black class that represented blackness. Like for me, my family, and I just met up with my black family not too long ago. It's been a minute. I went back to Los Angeles and met up with my with relatives, and nobody's ghetto there, man. Like that's nobody's ghetto. Nobody in my black family, which I'm so proud of. I'm so proud of that. That they're all Christian background and black Americans, and it's just yeah, there's no ghetto people in my lineage, my tribe, my black side. And I'm proud of that. But like I'm saying is with today, it's unfortunate that people's metric of blackness is like being a degenerate or a scum or some hood book. You from the hood, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I do not know what you're saying. You sound like a fucking idiot. But they're out here, that's what they talk like. It's pretty bad. Yeah. The most brainwashed type of light skinned people are light skinned people, as rare as it is, with two darker skinned parents. You think mulattoes can be brainwashed? They are saints. Comparison. I don't know. There is entirely no convincing them to be self loving. They are literally the most hateful type of light skin you can come across and will always bow beneath the feet of darker skinned people. Never fails. Interesting. They want the acceptance. Yeah, where like darker skinned people can do no wrong, right? And then like if they find the opportunity to throw shade on a mulatto person in benefit of darker skinned people, they take that opportunity. And that's what I'm seeing from some of these kind of rejects from the mulatto spaces. They'll basically like black people in their sock puppet accounts will feed them information to talk shit on other mulattoes. It's pretty bizarre, and they fall for it. It's too easy at this stage. But for me, it's kind of just slightly entertaining because I can make some content out of it. But in the future, we got to nip it in the bud, right? Shout out to Pretty Little Reality, who is a pretty woman. Yes. I never seen Lipstick Alley. Let me go look that up. Yeah, supposedly they're talking a lot of shit about me. No, I don't go over there. I think I went over there once and I tried to search me up. I couldn't find it. I was like, the website looks old and flunky. I don't know. But people were telling me they're like talking a bunch of shit. They have threads on me, but it's a black female space. And the only black males they allow in those black female space are gay blacks, gay black males. So you have gay black males and black females. It's a black centered space, but they're not a credible source of anything. It's just a bunch of gossipers behind sock puppet accounts making up shit. It's not a credible source for any information. So if you take your sources and information from Lipstick Alley, I mean, you're going to be laughed out of the courtroom. Like nobody civilized or decent wants to deal with you. You're going to stay over there with the low IQ numbskulls. If Lipstick Alley lane or whatever. When I first heard of that Lipstick Alley, that's like, yeah, it's like pro dark skin, pro divester. Like they don't like black guys. They only like the gay black guys. It's weird, weird little space on the internet, whatever, but they have large followings. They have a lot of active users. That's kind of how it works with the whole social media thing, right? Then you got Africans going to China trying to accept it and flirty with their women. These black women who date white men think they are the best bond when it's the total opposite. Yeah, I don't know. It just all depends on the people that connect, really. Black women are so invested in white women with mixed children. Yeah, there's a lot of hate and white men as well. We see with the incel crowd, the white boy incel crowd. So I wouldn't say the men. White men are just handling their business, just like the black man and other groups of men. They're handling their business. They're not worried. It's the boys, the males, who are talking shit about the women and, their offspring. Now, the women I critique over here are the ones who are not on our side in the sense I'm saying where they're weaponized by Blackistan to be against us. So the biracial, when I say biracial baby mama, because they are being incentivized by black people to hate on biracial men, mulatto men who want to create our own space. They're like a saboteurs at this point. So yeah, there's going to be some criticism for them, but it's not my business who their partner is or their baby daddy or what their business. That's not none of my business. But when they come over to me trying to slander my name and paint me as a bad person, yeah, then it's going to be slightly an issue. Like, well, what are you doing this for? Because they're trying to gain favor with the black community. That's the key thing. So they're saboteurs. They're against us. You put what I don't understand about white nationalists is the white women are the least likely to have interracial marriages compared to other races of women. They really mad at a tiny minor in order for me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they make a small situation seem like it's like larger is what it is because most of the white people they prefer their own and date their own. That's normal. It's been happening since the beginning of time. But they hyper focus on a small number and then they blame the media and they blame the Jews. And it's like, and they make themselves look weak in the process because when they broadcast their insecurities, white women are watching all this stuff on social media too. They see that. And of course, they want to rub it in white boys' faces. So they'll go out of their way to deal with a black dude. There's so many stories about that where these white women were raised in like what they claim a racist household or their parents were racist, blah, blah, blah. And what happens? She ends up dating black guys. It's so common, man. It's been happening for decades. So it has a reverse effect with some of these guys. They think they're going to like shame these women. I don't really see the beneficial results. You put it's best to stay away from black people unless it's something constructive, work related, which is rare. I agree with letting them talk shit and stay in their echo chamber. Yeah, because 'cause they're not a part of our circles, but they try to, like, wedge their way in, and it's because they have these dumbass mulattoes, like, they use sock puppet accounts to kind of, like, to boost the ego of some of these, not some, it's like 1 or 2, like, mulattoes who don't have a place to go. So they give them a little fake confidence and try to get them to do their dirty work, to attack the men and women who actually care about having a community. But yeah, if they're black, they're in their own space. I don't watch Tariq Nasheed or Dr. Umar. There's a channel I'm subscribed to. It's a dude who talks shit about Umar. It's kind of sad. It's a black space, but it's a Lenin honor. His name is. He built his whole channel and following, like kind of, you know, fact checking and quality control of basically what Umar's doing with the school situation. It's interesting. So but they have their own space. That's not my space. I mean, I might be like an observer at times, but that's the sad thing. Like a lot of times they'll look at you and they don't think you even have your own personhood. They come over here thinking they can dictate and tone police what you're gonna say. I'm like, no, I'm gonna match your energy. And you can get up out of here. There's a mulatto spot. We center mulattoes. You don't like it? I'm sorry. You can go elsewhere. There's other spots you can go to. But yeah, good luck with that. Shout out to you, Cyrus Revis. Shout out to you. Sup, MV and chat. Appreciate you being here. Can light skinned black women who are black get the treatment of mixed people? I have a light skinned sister who is from a dark woman and a red father. Is he red like he's Indian? Are they saying red bone, right? And her BD, who's a baby daddy, is dark and don't do anything for her and kids. She's light skinned. She has a lighter skinned father, dark skinned mother, and her baby daddy's dark skin, and he doesn't do anything. I don't know. What happens with that scenario you just explained, Coolie Cat, what you'll find out is once that situation plays out, then all of a sudden they're like pro mix now, or they're pro light skin. Now that they're kind of baby mamas. Now they're like, okay, let me try to get some of these guys to kind of give me some free attention and sympathy points. But your baby daddy doesn't do shit for you. Like, man, that is a fucking L. It's like, why do you fuck with losers? That's a L. I look at you kind of like, man, we're the standards aren't there. Like, man, I really want to respect you, but you mess with dudes that aren't about shit. Like, that's you associate with lower caliber individuals, man. Like, that's not something to be proud of, right? And I'm not gonna kind of pay the bill for that mistake either. I'm gonna let you know. Their goal is to blackwash people. It's based on skin a lot of times. So is black people value and culture is how they look. Let's see what we got. These black conservatives are just proud people are mentioning them on TikTok so they can make content baiting. Interesting. Amazing Lucas is trying to get black validation. He seems very sociopathic. They are the same people who won't like him. Yeah, he has a following. He's been doing social media for a minute. I know he's talked shit on biracials. I saw a video. He was talking shit on biracials. But yeah, I know like even the Black Manosphere critiqued Amazing Lucas, and yeah, because that's their communities like that. Look at how they are with Drake. They're all dancing and singing to Drake for 15 fucking years and they throw him under the bus. That's how they are. In this culture, United States, African American you're talking about, they'll praise you one day and oh, they love you, support your music, buy your gear, and you do something they don't like or whatever, an opportunity comes up, they'll throw you under the bus. They're very fickle. I'm not saying all are like that, but there is kind of a hive mind, and we can study those patterns. Yeah. So with the Amazing Lucas thing, it doesn't matter. He could rebrand or rebound and rebrand. Like he has a big enough following and presence. It doesn't matter. Cynthia G did that. She was pro-black, right? Talking all this shit about white people, but now she rebranded. Now her energy is all negative towards black men, and she's praising white men. I was like, you were talking shit about these white people. It's all public. I saw videos of her calling them, slurs and stuff, white people, but now it's bizarre, man. But in social media, these people can do that. If they have a large enough followings, they can rebrand and all that stuff. So Amazing Lucas, like for black validation, because that's who else wants to listen to his ass? Like, what information are you going to learn anything from him? Like, there's a few black content creators that I follow for like entertainment purposes, but I follow black content creators that are like musicians. There's like at least 3 or 4, and they're smaller channels, but I love their content because I'm a guitarist. And these are black men who play the guitar, and they have less followers than me that I have on this channel. And it's like I like their channels because they play guitar. They play the songs that I like, and they just do cover songs and shit. So that's like black creators that I follow. If I can learn something from them, so like that, and then there's other channels. I don't even need to mention them, but if they're providing a service or they're teaching or you can learn something or whatever, that's the kind of content, right? But as far as like the communita type of vibes, if it's like some pro black shit, I'm not interested. Been there, done that, not interested. So I think Amazing Lucas is going to have a lot of pro wax up in his crowd. I feel like the blacks who flaunt their European partners tend to get with horrible partners. I don't know if there's any studies on that. Do you think dark skinned women fall into stereotypes because of the ideas told by them, their own, about being unlikable because of their skin? I don't know. I feel like a lot of dark skinned women who grew up in environments, just my personal experience, I can say, not the stuff I see online, but dark skinned women that grew up in environments where like a suburban environments where I'm from in California, who grew up around more non-black people or white people. I feel like their egos are going to be healthy as well because they're not surrounded by the toxic black culture and African American culture. Versus like when I moved to like a more black community in San Diego, I saw the toxicity. And in like Las Vegas, I saw the toxicity. But when I was in environments where these ladies were raised in that environment where they and like a few other people were the only black people there. I don't know, just I didn't really see the like insecurity in them. I felt like they were confident and assured in their own beauty because guys are gonna like them, white, Mexican, black, regardless. But I feel like if they're around toxic people who bring each other down and tear each other down at an early age, like then just the toxicity kind of grows and never gets dealt with. And it's I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Yeah. Let me check out some more of these comments before I have the link dropped. I don't know if you guys want to jump on. Follow me on X. Go do that. Appreciate you guys. Lucas switches his content from baiting blacks to pandering blacks. Good point. And I have noticed that the past few years. The amazing Lucas. Yeah, he flips. He'll bait blacks, right? And then he'll like in then he'll pander to them. But that's his audience. That's the thing with baiting them. He wants them to watch him. That's why I was saying, like, well, for him, his the crowd is more going to be Afrocentric, kind of pro-black stuff. So I don't really know like his direction, his whatever. He's gonna figure it out himself, or he can consult with people and work on his brand or whatever. I don't know. But he's not speaking for biracials and shit or mulattoes, so I don't even care. What is your race, skin tone? You said I used to follow Amazing Lucas, he lost it. I never followed that guy. Yeah, I've never followed that guy, Amazing Lucas. I've heard of him. Red, light skin. It didn't take that much for them to throw Drake under the bus. Yeah, and they were dancing to all his songs for 15 years. Remember that whole Kiki, Do You Love Me song? Was it called like In My Feelings? Remember the car challenge? They're all dancing. All these black, they're loving it. They're dancing. And all it takes is for this short, dark skin, fake pro whack guy with his light skin, mixed race baby mama. And they're like, they use him as a proxy. Nobody else wanted to step up to the plate. They used him. It's the biggest, they call it a stimulus package of his whole career, revitalized his whole career. They're seriously like, it's all cope, man. They're trying to act like Kendrick has more hits and has more better music than Drake. That shit is just they're coping, man. The white people who listen to Kendrick is because they want to act like they're hip and they're down and they know the blacks. That's always been the thing with hip hop. Is for white people who are segregated from these black communities in America, they want to understand the black experience. And they do that through the artistic nature of hip hop. It's always been that way from the beginning of hip hop. So they listen to that. So that's why even today, modern, when they listen to Kendrick, it's because they want to tap into kind of the feel, the vibe, the psyche of what it's like to be black in America. They feel like Kendrick is a good voice for that. But most white people just want to dance and listen to good music. The same with black people. Black people love good music. They create the best music. And Drake is an expert at creating good music and catchy songs, and they all know this. They know this. It's all cope trying to say Kendrick has better music. He's a better lyricist. No, no, he's not. His music sucks. And see what they're trying to do now is say, well, Drake is pop. He's not hip hop. No, he's both. He's everything. He's R&B, he's pop and hip hop. The versatility of the mulatto man is unmatched. And they're coping with that. Yeah, I don't want to make this about Drake, but it's interesting. Whenever a dark skinned woman dates a biracial man, they say she is a colorist. I don't know. I'm black, but red, light skin. When I think of red, I think of the Native American. That's the color code, right? What do you think? Is it possible to be a reason, not all? Let me check this out. You put, I don't understand why angry biracials pairing to black women and got mad at a biracial man for not finding a black woman attractive. It's a gentleman here in the chat, Blaxican guy. Yeah, I tried to gaslight him and basically uh like haze him or humble him or gaslight Blaxican guy. Yeah, it was Blaxican guy, right? That the angry biracial dad too. Yeah. There's a history with me and angry biracial, and what's there to say? Like with the whole smear campaign that he started, right? And Golden Goddess, the ghetto grandma, I gotta use the code. I don't want to give free promo. Was behind him, angry biracial, helping him out, right? And to take down other mulatto and biracial men. That's what she's doing now with the Golden Pookie. She's been doing it for years. She finds other biracial guys she can use to sabotage other biracial men, start the gender war. But yeah, when all that happened, when he was lying on me, I knew, like, I was just kind of quiet because I was a brand new content creator. I barely started, like 2 months into it, being doxxed and being like, all that shit happened to me early on. I got my YouTube kind of training wheels peeled off, got getting doxxed and false allegations and all this shit. And to me, I was like, what the hell? And to me, what surprised me is how this person could do that with a straight face, like act like he's in a straight face, how you can lie on someone like that. That's not normal, to make false allegations and lie to try to discredit someone and slander someone. And I just knew in my heart, I was like, something's going to come out and he's going to get exposed. And it happened. I found about the stolen valor, the fake soldier shit, and then the whole criminal rap sheet, all that stuff. And I was like, oh my God. And then the guy's lying about his mom. His mom's still alive, but he's lying to the public, saying his mom is deceased. Like all the crazy shit that went out. And I said, I knew it. I knew it. The character of that guy. It's like, because you can't lie on people out here in the public with these false allegations and slander. Like normal people don't do that. So I just knew in my heart that there's something wrong with that guy. He's mentally sick. He's ill. Something's wrong with him to try to do that to somebody. And sure enough, it happened. Sure enough, it happened. The dude has been completely exposed. I don't even have to do it. I'm not going to try to leech off his little subscribers because he's not in our mulatto space. He's in a black space. He has a black audience. Okay, he's having fun over there. You can make his money off them over there, but that has nothing to do with what mulattoes are doing over here in our spot, right? Yeah, it's just money, the grift, right? Uh, yeah, it was Black Skin guy who's in the chat. Yeah. Now shout out to Black Skin guy for holding it down. Yeah, like I said, with the lady who flipped out on that Twitter thread that I shared with you guys, I can share it again for the context. She flipped out and started calling me a B and a C word, and she just took it there for the simple fact that I prefer mixed women and not black women. Look, this is a post, and she shares pictures of black women. All I put was mixed women look better. Same thing Black Skin guy thinks. We're both on the same page. It's like, nah, mixed women look better. I like them better. And she calls me a B and an ugly cunt. You see how she takes it there? Right? And we're supposed to coddle them and shit. Fuck out of here. The only time I watch black conservatives is when they are being harassed by racist whites, and that's it. I just don't respect flip-floppers. Kendrick is pushed by the people on top. Yeah, the white elite in the music industry, Universal Music Group, right? Who's linked up with Dr. Dre and Jay-Z. They have their black puppets that work underneath their white master. Yeah, Kendrick is being propped up by the machine. He just got a sponsorship deal with Chanel. And it's funny, they're trying to talk like he's pro-black and anti-industry. It's so fake. Like in that Family Matters song where Drake is like, he's just acting like an activist. It's make believe. He doesn't even go back to his hood and plant no money trees, right? It's just insane. They're trying to paint him as this black messiah. He calls himself Black Messiah, fake ass Tupac type of archetype. It's crazy, man. He's being propped up, and even I don't like Kanye West. I've never been a fan of his music. I remember from day one he had the College Dropout. And my brother, this was back. I'm a millennial, so this is back when I was like in high school or before, maybe middle school. And my brother liked Kanye, the album. He had that song, Jesus Walks. You guys remember that song? Kanye, it was like he was trying to mix gospel and hip hop. I never liked that shit. I never liked that shit. You know, I never liked Kanye like that. I've said it before. I could proudly say that. I've never been like a Kanye fan like that. But even Kanye is pointing out that this Kendrick guy, man, he's being used. by these record executives as a proxy. Kendrick don't care. This is the greatest moment of his life. He's going to reap the benefits. But he has to tear another man down and with false allegations to do it, right? And he's signaling to other people, if you want to come up in the world, you can be just like Kendrick. You can lie on a man's name. But what happens when there's a switch? Once these people, these entities, they start getting sued, their assets get liquidized. What happens when the pendulum swings in the other direction? These people who are like the false accusers and the false allegations with the smear campaigns and all that, because Kendrick is telling them it's okay. But what happens when that shit catches up with them? That's what it is. I thought that was strange, has conflicting views. I remembered him from Golden Sphere and just seeing him as someone who's venting. When a black person says they don't find mulatto attractive, no one cares. When a mulatto expresses not finding black attractive, it's racism, colorism. Yeah, that's why you just can't entertain them. And they can say what they want. You're colorist or you're this or that, but it's like, well, we have our own spaces now, guys. Like I'm just one dude, but yeah, we have our own spaces. We don't need their validation or their opinion. I dropped a link if you guys want to hop up here or whatever. It's anybody to the public platform. But no, they don't make the rules over here. And they're upset about that. So they want to destroy my name. And what they're mainly up, they don't want you guys to listen and tune in. They hate the fact that you guys support me. That's the big thing. Because they know it's only going to grow. As I said, it's global as well at this point. And that's it. Yeah, they hate the fact that you guys are tuned in and you support the message. It resonates with you. They hate that. They want to be able to control the narrative. And we're not going to let them do that. And as you see, black women are the most harassed of the races of women. It's over videos. I love all women, but I love mixed women and included Blasians. Yeah, Blasians are hot too, for sure. I think that's it, guys. I'm going to end it there. I appreciate you guys being here with me this evening. Like I said, the opportunity presented itself. And maybe I can kind of give a shameless plug again for my X page, my Twitter page, because I saw someone was giving me some free promo over on X, or they went to their little YouTube channel talking shit about me, but they saw a conversation that happened on X. But of course, like usual, they don't get the full story. They only take one snippet of it and paint you as the bad guy, but they don't share the actions of the other person, right? And these are mulattoes who are weaponized by Afrocentrics to attack the rest of us. So you got to be, careful with that. And I can see I already gained like 5 followers since the live stream. Shout out to you guys. And you guys can connect me. Like I have this pinned right here on all the platforms: IG, TikTok, Facebook, X. So yeah, guess a shameless plug. Appreciate you guys being here this evening, and watch out for the video I have scheduled for tomorrow. Got a video dropping on this channel. Like I said earlier, I'm going to do more live streams I have planned out for this week. Got to talk a little bit more about the white nationalists, and another stream going to promote my new upcoming newsletter. I'm going to issue a newsletter. It's going to be free, guys, over on Substack, and I'll talk more about that later. You guys can go follow me on Substack, and the link is pinned in my YouTube channel description homepage for my Substack. But I'm going to talk more about that and go into one of my articles that I wrote on another stream coming up this week. It's going to be on my other channel though, but I'll let you guys know what's up ahead of time. All right, guys, this has been fun. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys' support. It's everything, and I'll catch you guys pretty soon. All right, so adios.